Now we are talking about the bond length. So the angle between the orbitals containing bonding electron pairs around central atom in a molecule or complex ion is called the bond angle. It is expressed in degree, which can be experimentally determined by spectroscopic methods. So it is just like if there are two p orbitals are there and they are overlap like this, then the bond angle will be 180 degree. Okay. So overlapping we will discuss in next chapter. Here we are discussing the factors of affecting the bond angle. So effect of hybridization for sp3 sp2. So sp2 have the greatest bond angle in comparison of sp2 and sp3. So this is this is s orbital, and this is the overlapping with p orbital. So the bond angle between these two orbitals is 180 degree. sp2, that means s orbital, and p2 orbitals. So it is just like in sp2 hybridization the orbitals overlap like this, so the bond angle is 120 degree, while in sp3 hybridization the angle is 109 degree, okay, and 28 minutes. So we can see here that sp2 have the greatest bond angle in comparison of sp2 and sp3. Now the presence of lone pair of electrons. If the lone pair is present, then the bond angle will decrease. You can see here in these diagrams the methane, which is a tetrahedral, due to the presence of here no lone pair is present, so the bond angle is 109 degree 28 minutes, while in presence of one lone pair on nitrogen the bond angle decreases to 107. Due to the presence of two lone pairs in H2O molecule, the bond angle decreases till 104.5 degree. Okay, so you can see here, due to the presence of lone pair, number of lone pairs increases, bond angle decreases. Now electronegativity. So when the compounds has same hybridization state of central atom and the same number of lone pairs of electrons, then bond angle depends on electronegativity. The bond angle is directly proportional to electronegativity. That means bond angle increases when electronegativity increases. So here this is an example, like oxygen is more electronegative than the sulfur, hence its bond angle is 104.5 degree, while in sulfur it is 92.5. Okay, so basic funda is electronegativity is more, bond angle also more. Now bond enthalpy or bond energy. Now bond energy or bond enthalpy. So bond enthalpy is basically the amount of energy which is required to break 1 mole of bonds of a particular type between two atoms in a gaseous state. That means if this is H2 molecule, that means so one bond is present, single bond is present in between these two hydrogen atoms. So when you break this bond, you need some energy. That energy is called the bond enthalpy, and you will denote it by del AH negative. Okay, now the factors affecting. So first factor is the polarity of the bond, and polarity is directly proportional to the electronegativity difference and bond energy. So for example, these are the examples, like here HF, HCl, HBr and HI. You can see here the HF has the greatest highest electronegativity difference between H and F, while H and Cl has the lesser electronegativity difference in comparison of HF, and HBr is much lesser than HCl, and HI also has the low value. So the bond angle, bond enthalpy value is greater for the HF. Okay, so bond enthalpy or bond energy is greatest for the HF. Now, extent of overlapping. So higher the extent of overlapping, stronger is the bond and higher the bond strength. See, this is the overlapping. This is PP overlapping. Okay, this is SP overlapping. This is SS overlapping. So if the overlapping is more, the strength of the bond also will be more, and the bond enthalpy or bond energy value will be more. Now resonance. So resonance is basically, resonance is compounds which show resonance have more bond energy. That means they are very stable. So when in any molecule or any compound resonance is present, that is bond energies will be greater. Now hybridization. So greater the S character, greater is the bond energy. So in SP, 50% S character, SP2 33.33% S character, and SP3 25% S character. So you can see here SP have 50% S character. That's why the SP has the more bond energy. Bond multiplicity. So bond multiplicity means triple bond, double bond and single bond. So triple bond compounds have the more bond enthalpies because due to the multiple bonds, the strength of the bond becomes greater. Now the bond order. So bond order. Now bond order. So the number of bonds formed between two atoms in a molecule in its Lewis structure is called bond order. So you can see here in O2 negative, the bond order between O2 negative is 1.5, while the bond order between O2 is 2. So the following information we can get by the bond order. First information, number of bonds. Second information, value of bond energy. Third information, stability of the bonds. And the fourth one is bond order is directly proportional to bond enthalpy and inversely proportional to bond length. That means if the bond order increases, bond enthalpy or bond energies will be also increased, but the bond length will be decrease. Now resonance. The phenomenon of resonance was put forward by Heisenberg. So according to this concept, whenever a single Lewis structure cannot describe all the properties of a molecule, a number of structures with similar energy positions of nuclei, bonding and non-bonding pairs of electrons are written to describe all the properties. So the actual structure is in between of all these contributing structures and is known as a resonance hybrid. And the different individual structures are termed as the resonating structures or canonical structure. Okay, these are called the canonical structure. So you can see here this example. There are two canonical structures of O3 molecule. Okay, and this is the resonance hybrid. Next one is the carbonate molecule. So you can see these are the canonical structures. So 3 canonical structures are possible for carbonate. Next example, carbon dioxide. So there are also 3 canonical structures are also applicable for the carbon dioxide molecule. Another example is azide. So there are also 3 canonical structures by which you can show the azide molecule or azide ion. Next example, nitrate ion. So nitrate ion also have the 3 canonical structures. SO4 2 negative have 2 canonical structures, and nitrous oxide also have the 2 canonical structures, and lastly the SO2 also have the 2 canonical structure. See, there is a one thing, the compound which have more canonical structures, the stability of that compound is more. If canonical structures are more, then the stability will be more. So that means you can see here the nitrate ion has 3 canonical structure in comparison of the SO4 2 negative. So nitrate ion is more stable than the SO4 2 negative. Now essential conditions for resonance. So first condition is in all contributing structures, positions of atoms should be the same. Okay, so positions should be the same. They should differ only in the positions of electrons. Electron can change their position, but the atoms do not change their positions. Second condition is the number of unpaired electrons must always be also be the same in all the contributing structures. And the third condition is the energy of contributing structure should be nearly the same. So like for example, like these three canonical structure, and these three canonical structures have the same or equal energy. That's why they are showing the resonance. And the second is the condition that number of unpaired electron must be also same. Now effect of resonance. So first effect is, now effect of resonance. So first point is saying that the bond length will decrease when resonance is present. Okay, so if any compound have the resonance, then the bond length of that compound, bond length in between the atoms of that compound will decrease. Second one is the resonance energy of resonance hybrid is lesser than their canonical structures. Next one, those molecules which have higher number of resonating structures and of equal energy are comparatively more stable. I told you before that. Okay, so if I told you the this thing with example, like here this nitrate ion has 3 resonating structure, and this SO4 2 negative 2 canonical structures. So nitrate ion is more stable in comparison of SO4 2 negative. So this is the third point. Now the fourth point is the molecule or ion which shows resonance, their bond order gets changed. So due to resonance, the bond order will change, and you can find or determine the calculate the bond order with this formula. For example, like in carbonate ion, here the bond order will be, these are 2 bond, one bond is this and one bond is this. So here the total bonds are 4 and number of total resonating structures are 3. So 3 resonating structure divide by, so the answer will be 1.33. This is the bond order of the carbonate ion. There are some other examples like carboxylate, nitrite ion. Next is chlorate ion. Okay. The formal charge. Formal charge is a factor which is based on a pure covalent view of bonding in which electron pairs are shared equally by neighboring atoms. You can determine the formal charge by this formula. Fc is equal to V minus L minus half S. So Fc is formal charge on an atom in a Lewis structure. V is the total number of valence electron in the free atom. L is the number of lone pair, and S is the shared electrons. Okay, or total number of bonding, shared pair electrons or total number of bonding. So for example, this is the example like calculation of formal charge on each O atom of O3 molecule. So this is O3 molecule. So before solving this question, you should draw the structure. You should know the structure of that molecule. So here the Fc is equal to V minus L minus half S. This is the formula. Okay. Now the valence shell of oxygen is 6. So you can write here 6. Lone pair present on the oxygen is 2. We should calculate the formal charge for each oxygen atom present in the molecule. So this is first calculating for the first oxygen. Okay, so for first oxygen is V minus L. V is valence shell. The valence shell electron is equal to 6. Lone pair electrons are 2. So you can write here 2. Half into S. S means the shared electrons. So here this oxygen sharing with 6 electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see like this. This is the molecule. So 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electron, 4 electron, 5 and 6. So S is equal to 6. In this way you can write here and calculate it. So this is the formal charge on number 1 oxygen atom. Just like that you will calculate for number 2 and number 3. Okay.